And salutations everybody, I'm Andrew from Team Respawn. I wanted to make a video about Gears of War Tactics and everything that we know so far. And if you're unfamiliar with what Gears of War Tactics is, it is a turn-based strategy game announced in E3 2018 from the Coalition. Those are the guys, it's a first-party studio at Microsoft or Xbox Game Studios, and their sole purpose is to handle the Gears of War franchise, kind of how Turn 10 and Playground handle Forza, how 343 handles Halo. The Coalition is responsible for Gears of War. And they announced 3 games in E3 2018. The first was Gears of War 5, which really was surprising nobody. And a lot of people gave it some really positive reactions. It looked like it was going to take the series to new and different heights, which is awesome. They also announced a mobile game called Gears of War Pop. If you're familiar with the vinyl dolls that you can buy or figures or whatever of all different kinds of franchises and characters, it's a mobile game based on that, and they said they still want to make it a kind of funny, interesting Gears of War game. And then the third game they announced was Gears of War Tactics, and this is the turn-based strategy game. And so far, it's only been announced for PC, and it has an interesting history to the game. So I'm going to kind of break down everything we know so far about the game and why we haven't heard really any information since it was announced in E3 2018. So starting off with the history of Gears of War Tactics, this was supposed to be a real-time strategy game. This was originally announced by Epic Games. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but it was definitely leaked, and there is some gameplay of the original Gears of War Tactics on YouTube, and it's really interesting concept. It's a real-time strategy game on the 360, but you would use the Kinect solely to navigate your units, issue commands, things of that sort. And I'm not sure whether they couldn't prove the game to work based on Kinect controls, because you can't really be entirely precise with Kinect. I don't know if people thought it would be too much of a barrier to entry because you would have to have a 360 and a Kinect to play this game. They did say it was rumored that Epic worked on it up until 2013, and the project eventually moved over to the Xbox One, whether it was to be with more precise controls with Kinect 2.0 or the new Xbox One hardware, whatever it may be. We don't really know why development of that original Gears of War Tactics stopped. And I guess people at the Coalition, when they picked up the Gears of War franchise, they saw the potential for this game and they decided to reboot it under the same name, Gears of War Tactics. And this is now, instead of it being a real-time strategy game, this is a turn-based strategy game. If you want to compare it to anything out there, to what this new vision is, I would say it's very similar to XCOM, or you could even say Civilization, or even Advance Wars and Wargroove, games of that sort. Currently, Gears of War Tactics was announced at E3 2018. It is only for the PC right now. They did say on stage at E3 players will command different units, customize their entire unit. You can have things like ability, gear, and so on. Very little gameplay was shown at E3. They showed like 10 or 15 seconds of some pre-alpha footage. Gears of War 5 did take the majority of the stage time at E3 2018, which is not surprising. Coalition, who are the developers of Gears of War, said, quote unquote, "We will share more Gears Tactics information soon," but that was almost a year ago. That was in June of 2018. Despite Microsoft's love for having all of its IPs on all different kinds of devices, it does appear that Gears Tactics at this time is still a PC exclusive. However, since Xbox has recently implemented mouse and keyboard support for the Xbox One, it wouldn't be surprising to see this launch on both platforms with crossplay. Microsoft's really been huge in adding crossplay to all different kinds of devices and games, and your saves will go across different things. We see this on everything from Forza to Halo Wars to soon the Master Chief Collection to Xbox Play Anywhere. You buy the game, you get it on both platforms. Your Minecraft character goes across everything beyond Xbox. I mean, you can have your Minecraft character on the Switch, the PC, your phone. So it wouldn't surprise me if this made the jump over to Xbox One. And Phil Spencer hasn't ruled out yet if there were ever going to be games on the Xbox One that don't even support controller, where they only support mouse and keyboard. I don't think that'll ever happen. I just think that would be dumb. But right now it's only on PC. Maybe it'll do what happens to the reverse with a lot of Xbox games, which is it comes to Xbox first and then to PC. Maybe this is the other way around. Maybe it'll come to PC and then eventually Xbox, but we don't know. But they've been pushing Game Pass so hard. It wouldn't surprise me at all if this came on Game Pass on both systems. But right now, only confirmed for PC. On Gears of War's official website, there is hardly any information about Gears Tactics at all. What the main page of the game is just a still image of the logo of the game. And the page also says in one sentence, Gears Tactics brings fast-paced, brutal action to turn-based tactics. So that's the only official statement the Coalition has on their website for this game. The story for Gears of War Tactics, this game will take place 12 years before the events of the very first Gears of War. And as a fun fact, Halo Wars, which is Halo's strategy game series, originally took place before the events of original Halo Combat Evolved as well. So both strategy games of both franchises are taking place before the first entry of both those franchises, which I thought was cool. Tactics will also begin with you and your squad investigating the spread of the Locust. And while we don't know much about the story, we can assume that players will be trying to contain the Locust as they spread across the planet, because in Gears of War 1 it does look like it's really everywhere. We do know that the Coalition will keep many core elements that a lot of fans love about Gears of War, and this includes the cover mechanics, awesome weapons, and they did say, of course, huge boss fights, which will be really exciting, and I think really different for a turn-based strategy game too. For gameplay, the teaser trailer at E3 showed off some bits of what we can assume to be special abilities. There were some characters throwing grenades and rocket launchers and stuff, and there'll probably be special abilities or ultimate abilities or other powers to help you control the flow of the game. Maybe there's like consumables to help you restore your health, elements on the map that change the dynamics of play. I think cover will have a lot to do with this, or maybe snipers that are better at a far back range, or units that are better in close quarters, and so on and so forth. From what I've seen and researched about the game personally, I think this is most similar to XCOM and Civilization. But maybe perhaps the way that your units can move across, this can be a little bit similar to Advance Wars and Wargroove. For release, right now, we have no idea when Gears Tactics will release. The Coalition announced 3 Gears of War games at E3, and that was Gears of War 5, Gears Tactics, and Gears Pop, which is that mobile game. If it makes you feel any better, we don't have release dates for any of these 3 games. We should know more about this at E3 2019 in a couple of months, but my guess would be Gears of War 5 will be the first to launch, and probably would launch this fall. So Gears Tactics would have to come out way in advance or way after the release of Gears 5. There's no way they're going to release this alongside Gears 5, because it would just be overshadowed by that release. So it would really surprise me if Gears Tactics came out first out of these 3 games. But it also wouldn't surprise me if during E3 they said, oh, by the way, Gears Tactics is coming out next week, or something like that. If this is a summer 2019 release, they really should be amping up their marketing and information and getting this out to other content creators to really spread the knowledge about this game. But I don't think that that's going to be the case. I really do think Gears 5 will be first, and this will probably be a 2020 release at the earliest. Maybe spring of 2020 would be my guess if Gears 5 is fall of 2019. It would just kind of keep people interested in Gears through Gears 5 into this Tactics game. But right now, we really have no idea. If there's any new awesome information about Gears Tactics, I'll be covering it here on the channel, because I really do think that this would complement some of the other Halo Wars content that I'm doing on the channel. So if you're interested in staying locked in on Gears Tactics, slap that subscribe button. And I'll probably be dropping more information on my Twitter and Discord as well. I do think that this will be a good, fun game because I think the Coalition is a really talented studio, and I think that they know what they're doing. Thanks for watching this video. Post your thoughts in the comments down below of what you expect from Gears Tactics. Are you looking forward to it? Another Microsoft IP turning strategy, going into the strategy genre. I think that's really exciting. And let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Andrew from Team Respawn, and I'll see you next time.